he is widely known in India as the brain and the architect behind the high-profile Vande Bharat project. Thank you, sir, for your time. Let me start by asking you, yes, there's a CBI probe, but there's a sense that this was a human error or a careless mistake. Basis what we know so far, what would you say, sir?
Yes, so it is uh, reasonably sure that there was a human intervention, unauthorized human intervention, to disturb the signaling system such that the route for the train was set for the loop line, which was occupied by a heavy goods train, whereas the signals told the driver that he was taking the main line. He came at a very high speed, which was all right. But at the loop, he realized he was going on at the crossover. He realized he was going on the loop line. It was too late for him to do anything. There was a collision, and you know the aftermath. And the other train came, and a massive tragedy took place.
Yes.
So the human intervention is possible by the maintainer himself
Hmm.
under pressure of work to do the job quickly so that train running doesn't suffer, or any other reason. It could be a cavalier attitude to maintenance, callous attitude to maintenance. He bypassed certain thing in the system so that this erroneous signal would go to the driver. Uh, it could theoretically also be because of sabotage, as the government seems to think, and that's why a CBI probe. Otherwise, a CBI probe in a rail accident is unprecedented. It is the statutory body which does the investigation is commissioner of rail safety, which who's also doing the investigation.
Yeah, I was just going
Uh,
to ask you exactly that. Sorry, I'm interrupting. That why is a CBI probe necessary if we do know, basis available fact, that actually, as you called it, it was an unauthorized, mistaken, maybe careless, maybe high stress human mistake.
okay, so I cannot fully answer this question. I can, as I said, it is definitely a human intervention. Initial reports, so that's hearsay, was that there's some work was going on at a level crossing near the point at which the accident took place, and there was some short cut of working. Now, this theoretically, as I said, could also be because of collusion with some criminals. So, government, in its wisdom, has ordered a CBI probe. Uh, Ordering of a CBI probe itself shows that the government believes that there is some foul play. Uh, yeah, that's what I would say at this stage.
Okay, let's see what the CBI says. You've pretty much made your own position evident. Let me ask you this: there's been a lot of debate around the Kavach, that if the Kavach had been available on this line, something could have been different. What do you say?
Right. So, Kavach, first of all, we all must know, is a very, very powerful, comprehensive signaling system, unlike the ACD, the Raksha Kavach, which was tried out in NF Railway in early 2000s. This signaling system has been under development since 2011. By 2016, it was ready for rollout after trials. There was a lull for some time, but this minister has revived it, and we have about 1,500 kilometers where it is working today. Delhi, Mumbai, and Delhi, Howrah sections are also being provided with this system. Now, if this system was indeed provided here, it only follows the interlocking.
Hmm.
So it would not have known that the train is not going to the loop line. One
Right.
caveat: as the train approached the loop line, or rather, as the train approached the crossover, this Kavach system is intelligent enough through ground equipment to know that something is wrong. I am not going on the specified path, and immediately the system would have braked the train. Now, at 130 kilometers per hour, that brake would not have avoided the collision. It would have, it's a matter of second guessing this, but maybe the impact would have been reduced a little, but there would have been a heavy impact, heavy casualties in any case. So, largely, it is right to say that Kavach would not have been able to prevent this accident.
There is a lot of focus now on vacancies, on overcrowding. And I was just going through some of the data, and it actually suggested that in the Central Railways itself, there are close to 30,000 vacancies as of January 2023. Is the absence of expert staffers something that would explain what is being described as an increase in consequential train accidents from 2022 to 2022 2023?
Okay, so first of all, having worked in railways for my entire life, it is like other government department overstaffed. First of all, but
Overstaffed and yet understaffed in key
no,
roles.
I'm coming to that. So by and
Yes.
large, vacancies as such don't tell me anything. There are safety categories. See,
Hmm.
loco pilots, guards, station masters, pointsmen, uh, signal maintainer. Now, these are the categories which cannot afford to have vacancies because they are not. These are the safety categories who have to do their 8 hours or sometimes more hours of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So I'm not aware of what the situation is in this particular zone, Southeastern Railway.
Hmm.
Uh, but yes, if you have vacancies in these categories, it's not good for safety because it puts pressure on people to work longer hours. There are stresses involved, and it's better not to have that situation. Uh, of course, in this particular case, if it is a maintainer who has done this, it is not so much because of vacancies, it would be more because of the pressure of train operation.
Hmm.
Uh, Maintenance windows have reduced as number of trains have gone up. So there is pressure of keeping the trains running. And that causes the maintainers to do their work quickly, and at times, some odd maintainer may think that if he adopts a shortcut, nothing is going to happen. It will be over in some minutes. And I'm sure it happens, as I have come across such cases occasionally, very occasionally, but it does happen. They don't cause accidents, but here circumstances combined, all bad circumstances combined together to result in a massive accident. So obviously, it clearly indicates that such shortcut working have to be dealt with iron hand and cannot be allowed at all.
You know, as someone who's the architect of the Vande Bharat, which has made headlines for all the right reasons, you must have also followed some of the commentary that says, first, let's get our basic railways in place, and then let's roll out glitzy products like the Vande Bharat. When you read that in the aftermath of this train accident, how do you feel as the sort of father of the program?
Okay, so I would say these things are exclusive. More and more Vande Bharat or more and more, swankier station as the government focuses on is all right. I don't find anything wrong with that. In fact, as the creator of the train, I'm happy that more and more trains are being turned out. But uh, more focus is definitely required for upgradation of tracks and for signaling safety equipment. For example, Kavach. At this point, I would think that Kavach is a great development. It is a great Indian development, and there should be more focus to install Kavach in a faster mode. So I would sum up by saying that although these things don't have the visibility like the train has or a swanky station would have, uh, but the government's job is to focus more on track upgradation. It will help in many ways. You will be able to increase the speed of Vande Bharat Express, which cannot run beyond 130 on most of the, except one route. And safety would also improve with upgradation. And Kavach, of course, can increase the line capacity, and it is safer. So there's a double advantage, and I see. And nowadays, there's no shortage of money. You must realize this government has increased the capex by 4 or 5 times. What used to be 50,000 crore is 2,60,000 crores this budget.